One KFMA, as you know by now, my good friend Rico, he goes out and about and visits various businesses. And when he has a pleasurable experience, he immediately rushes to Google to leave a review.
That's right, Beef.
And that's what this is of Rico's 5-star review. Where did you go to this week?
Little place called Fierce Body Piercing.
Fierce Body Piercing?
Fierce.
Tell me all about it.
In my late 30s, I tend to find myself in crossroads from time to time where I feel too old to do extreme sports, but young enough to still care what strangers think. It's a weird place to be. I already had an existential crisis in my mid-20s and Nietzsche got boring, so I began reading Stoicism and listening to post-rock bands like Explosions in the Sky and not caring ever since. That being said, I still have a subconscious desire for validation. I already have a few tattoos and I was close to getting more, but wasn't all that excited about it because I recently saw a group of Zoomers with 90s grunge shirts on at the mall wearing eyeliner and sporting some face piercings, and I thought to myself, I need to be cooler than them. I wore OG Jinkos and saw 9/11 happen on the TV, and that already makes me cooler, but I still have to prove it somehow. So I went to the Googles and looked up piercings near me. There was one guy named Carl that worked out of a truck on Grant and Alvernon, and although the adrenaline rush and fearing for my life would do me some good, I instead found a spot called Fierce Body Piercing. Anything with the word fierce in it has my attention.
Okay.
Fierce burrito.
Yep.
Fierce boxing gym.
Yep.
Fierce divorce lawyers.
Oh.
If it says fierce, it wakes up the primal beast inside of me, and I'll gladly spend my highly inflated dollars to support a business with cojones.
Yeah.
With piercings, I wanted something unique and understated, but would still make people go, damn, what a rebel. I bet he listens to Suicidal Tendencies and owes back taxes. I'm not getting enough action in the bedroom to justify a Royal Albert, so that was off the table.
Fair enough.
A nose ring on me would seem pretentious and take down my T levels 40%.
Yeah. Facts.
An earring on one side would still evoke middle school discussions on sexuality.
Yeah.
Maybe if I got 10 earrings all along both years, but that would just confuse people and make standing in line for the TSA that much worse.
Oh, yeah, forever.
I was close to being sold on an eyebrow piercing with a tiny bell on it so it would ring every time I would judge somebody, but that would happen way too often and would get annoying. Also, an eyebrow piercing would probably means I need to join a nu metal band, which I'm too old for at this point.
Oh, that's too bad.
A lip piercing would mean I would have to stop eating spicy food for 2 weeks, and that's not happening.
Right.
A cheek piercing seems like a gateway piercing and would probably lead to me attending furry conventions for some reason. I was focusing on too much on the face and not the other 85% of my entire meat sack.
That's true.
Then it hit me. But so when I walked into Fierce Body Piercing, it was a welcoming, clean, well-lit, black-walled, gold-lined adorned spot with display cases and a vampire chic vibe.
Sounds nice.
Like goth Versace meeting an Apple store. The friendly Pierce lady at the front welcomed me and asked what I was coming in for. Hello, Fierce One, I said.
Oh.
First timer looking to add some shiny holes to my weenus and flagina.
Oh.
You're looking to get your weenus and flagina pierced? I go, yes, I would like to pierce the webbing between my thumb and forefinger and also pierce the loose skin on my elbow.
Oh.
That's the terminology.
I did not know that.
Now you know.
Wow.
I have a very loose weenus. She paused and then kindly explained to me how there are a ton of nerves that run through the weenus area and how I wouldn't be able to fully extend or really even lean on the elbow without risk.
Oh.
And something about high rate of rejection and similar issues with my flagina. Are you telling me I'm going to live the rest of my life with a boring, normal flagina? I'm afraid so, sir.
Oh, no.
I was so sad, so I asked her if I can just get a nose ring and write angry poetry. She noticed that I think she felt bad, so she told me I have nice eyebrows, and if I joined her cousin's nu metal band, she'll hook me up with a nice eyebrow piercing next time.
No, so you had to join the nu metal band anyways.
I said, that's very kind and fierce of you. Thank you. And then I left. It made me feel better, but I still left a voicemail for Carl at Grant and Alvernon in case my weenus demons come back. Great service and great location for non-weenus piercings. I'll be back. 5 stars.
Wow. Fantastic review. That's an actual factual review that you can find by Googling what?
Weenus and flagina.
No.
Sorry. Fierce body piercing.
Yes. We're going to hit the reset, and I'm going to Google to see if weenus and flagina are actual things because it got me convinced. Well, that's an actual review. If you come across Rico's 5-star review, make sure you give it a 5-star review as well. We'll hit the reset. Be back more right after this. It's Rock 102.1. On the air here in a little bit. All right, so that was Rico's 5-star review to kick off the podcast broadcast. Welcome, everybody. It's good to see you on the stream. Keep those comments coming. And we have a guest in studio who's going to give us the rundown on the big 4th of July event that's happening at Keno Stadium on the air. Please welcome Julius English to the podcast broadcast. Good morning, Julius.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
He was just giving us some the skinny on Brandon Boyd of Incubus. And when he was in town, he had he was injured, and that makes so much sense now when I look at this back in retrospect, because I was at that show and it was a great show, sounded great.
Really was.
But Brandon was kind of like, just centerpiece, like he didn't do much. So how did he get injured?
That's a great question. My wife would be able to answer that question better than me. I was just wondering during the concert, like I'm used to him like
getting crazy,
taking his shirt off and all these other things, and he just sat there.
Yeah, he has that skinny guy energy, right?
Absolutely.
That's like
Still took the shirt off.
Oh, of course.
It's in the contract. He has to.
I mean, honestly, he was very Christ-like, which it's kind of sacrilegious to say, but the dude, he had like the facial hair and the long hair and a little bit of grays, kind of looked like Steven Tyler in a way.
Absolutely.
Like he's morphed into Steven Tyler, but then has a very Zen-like aura about him.
Like he has a lot of Himalayan salt candles for sure.
Yeah, like if he would have sat down in like crisscross position and sang like, I don't know, like Buddha, it wouldn't have surprised me. I'd have been like, yeah, okay, we're having a meditation set.
Right.
That's Brandon Boyd there. It was a fantastic show.
But it was really a great show.
Oh, yeah.
Always is. Always is. Yes. So Julius is making his way from Los Angeles, California, where he's been a Tucson resident for a few years, the same amount of time as Rico, actually, coincidentally enough. And, when we get on the air, we're going to talk about Keno Stadium, bringing back our 4th of July event, which is a big deal because it's been a while since that's happened.
Well, actually, last year was the first year it came back.
Well, damn, I stand corrected immediately. Yes, it hasn't been that long. It's only been 11 and a half months.
It was actually my first year experiencing it. So
Nice. Well, that's going big. How much, I don't even know if I should ask this on the air, but like how much do they invest in the fireworks part of the show? Like,
I'll just say this. It's a 30-minute fireworks show.
Wow. Okay, so it's a lot, yeah. Have fireworks been going up in prices, like everything else, the past couple years? Yeah. That's true. And now that we can have fireworks shows again post-pandemic, they're still trying to make up for money that they lost for only 1 or 2 years. And it's like, dude, now we're like 4 years removed at this point almost. You feel like these companies made their money back yet, or do we have to keep paying extra?
You know what? I'm not going on that tangent with you.
That's fair. That's fair. Right. There's going to be a lot of no comments that come. Random thoughts and questions, Julius.
No, that would be the most American thing if fireworks got cheaper, though. Everything else goes up. Like, no, America, baby.
I think with a lot of things, too, in the economy that we're living in, I'm not sure if prices went up or people are just making less money. So.
I think it's a little bit of both, actually, and you see these viral billboards and stuff where they say, it's not inflation when corporations are posting record profits, right? So there's this price gouging that's happening not only for rent here in this state and this city in particular. There's this housing crisis that we're dealing with where they're raising the rent because they can. And they try to claim market value while nobody's wages are going up. But all these other corporations around the board, all these needs are these goods that we need on a daily basis. They continue to jack up the prices to try to claim it's something other than it is and record record profits. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about fireworks. I'm sorry. All right, let's talk about injustices, Julius. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, dude.
Have some pizza.
Yeah. You started off with Incubus and then immediately like, you know what? I'm a hippie too. Let's talk about this. It's Eat the Rich. All right, we got 35 seconds. And then I swear when we're on the air, because this is just a podcast right now. So, this is underground only. The true supporters watch this. And then when we're on the air, it'll be super
business.
Family friendly.
Business.
That's good.
Really enjoying it.
No, I know. That's good. And we can come back and finish that conversation another time. All right. Hey, because seriously, it's about the people. All right.
Text you some links.
So 12 seconds here, and we're going to be on the air. That's right. Beartooth with I Was Alive and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Please welcome in studio a very special guest. His name's Julius English, and he is a part of Keno Stadium. What's the official title that you have there, Julius?
I'm the events manager for Keno Sports Complex.
Oh, yeah, Keno Sports Complex. So the events manager, you're in charge and responsible for all kind of big public gatherings that happen there, right?
That would be correct.
Can you help us get a KFMA Day back? Oh, right off the bat.
here we
you guys
go.
want to book KFMA Day? Just let's make that happen.
Say yes. Say yes.
Or fall ball.
You know what? That's above my pay grade.
All right. Well, I asked
We'll
you,
call the
son.
mayor.
I know that you guys are going to comment on social media to make me ask anyway, so I got that out of the question. But no, there's a lots of fun events that happen at Keno Sports Complex all the time. Of course, 4th of July is right around the corner, and last year they returned with their 4th of July extravaganza. This year, I assume it's going to be bigger and better than ever, right?
Last year, I must say it might be harder to top last year because it was my first year there.
Okay.
But I must say we are doing a great job this year trying to top. Last year was our 25th year anniversary.
Nice. Yeah.
So, this year we decided to go all out once again.
Right.
I am super excited to invite everyone to Pima County and Keno Sports Complex annual July 4th Diamond in the Sky celebration at Keno Veterans Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, let's get some particulars here. Okay. Obviously, we know that Keno has a huge, beautiful spread and layout. Are people going to be kind of like camping out on the baseball field or in the stands? Where are people going to be posted up when enjoying the fireworks show?
Well, actually, we have a baseball game that takes place first.
Okay.
So if I could give you some of the particulars, we have gates opening up at 5 p.m.
All right.
And to enter, what I love about the county and Keno, what they did was they wanted to make this affordable for families to come in and enjoy themselves on July 4th.
Absolutely.
So the entry price is $1 donation to the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona.
Nice.
Or a donation of one non-perishable food item per person.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes. So it's, we are excited about bringing this event to our community, and I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone there. We are in clear bag policy.
Yeah.
Will be in effect, of course, but I'm excited to announce today that our first pitch will take place at 6:30, and I am honored to mention that Audrey Jimenez will be throwing out the first pitch. And if you don't know who Audrey Jimenez is,
right,
you must have been under a rock in Arizona.
Google it real quick. Tell me who Audrey Jimenez is.
Under a rock, 102.1.
Audrey is a Sunnyside High School graduate who made history in national headlines early this year, becoming the first girl to win an AIA state championship in boys wrestling.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
solid. She is a true star.
Yeah.
But to add more, she's now an alternate on the 2024 USA Olympic team.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Wrestling against the men too on the USA wrestling team?
No, this would be women.
Oh, that's good though. Yeah.
But she just graduated.
Yeah.
So
she's a phenom. That's right, from
phenom.
our own backyard. That's fantastic. So we got a local hero throwing out the first pitch. Now, the particulars, it's only $1 donation per person, and that's suggested donation. So the proceeds are going to benefit the food bank. So if you're in a position to donate $5, then donate $5, because the more we raise, the better for the community. What about parking? Is that free?
Parking is free.
Nice.
We have a lot of people that show up. So again, gates open at 5:30. First pitch will be thrown out at 6:30. But we have a lot of other things that we're offering, like $1 hot dogs.
Yeah.
Other food and drink specials.
What about beer?
All of that.
Okay, we got beer. Okay.
All of that.
I just gotta make sure. It's like 4th of July.
Yes,
I'm gonna be seeing things explode. I need to know if I can catch a beer buzz,
You can get a beer.
responsibly.
You can get a mixed drink.
Oh, nice.
Yes, you can get a variety of things.
Tell me
at
it's
this event.
$1 donation for Bloody Marys, and I'm there. I'm just kidding.
But we have a lot of kids activities as well.
Absolutely, it's a family event for sure.
Absolutely, we have like inflatable obstacle course, face painting, games, bounce houses. We got it all. And for the first time in years, we're opening up our berm in center field. so people can go
Nice.
out and enjoy, sit on the grass, watch the baseball game and the fireworks show. Like, how can you not beat that?
This is the closest I'll get to that scene
Yeah.
in The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4th of July.
And then the
Absolutely.
baseball game, we have the Sun Belt College Summer League team. So it's the Sun Belt College League All-Stars versus the Mexican All-Stars presented by Mexican Baseball Fiesta.
Oh, that's awesome. So this
Right.
is an all-star game.
This is an all-star game.
That's
so the
fantastic.
Sun Belt is a college summer league featuring college baseball players from across the country.
Awesome.
And these guys can really get after it. So
Yeah.
this is going to be, 4th of July, fireworks, baseball.
Yeah.
How can you
Come
beat
on.
it?
And those
Dollar
Mexican
hot dogs?
baseball players too.
Yes.
They're badass, dude. So
Yes.
you're gonna get elite baseball action. Also, just a 4th of July celebration. It doesn't get more American than that. Baseball, fireworks, Keno Sports Stadium, and it's a family event. There'll be tons of kids activities. There'll also be cold beverages for the adults. So wink, wink. And it's free parking and only $1 donation to get in. So you're checking all the boxes for me.
You might
Julius,
see beef in a bouncy castle.
you're gonna see me in a bouncy castle till you kick me out. But I mean, you literally are checking all the boxes. Is it affordable? Can I bring my family? And as an adult who likes to be a little responsible, am I gonna be fun? Or am I gonna have fun? Am I gonna see some competitive sporting action? And are things gonna go boom? All of those and more, all checked off the list. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Of course, it's 4th of July. It's going to be hot, so stay hydrated, but there's going to be tons of different specials, and I'm sure plenty of water stations and rehydration stations all around the stadium as well.
Absolutely.
How many people did you have there last year?
Last year, you would have to ask maybe Aaron on this question, but
Yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess. I'm going to say around 4,000 to 5,000.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Incubus numbers.
I feel like
Yes.
we're going to give us summer. So I feel like we're going to get a little bigger than that. We're going to get the Foo Fighter numbers this year. Yeah. And Francisco said on the stream, that sounds like a badass game. And I concur. It does sound like it's going to be fantastic baseball action. And then, of course, big fireworks show, 30-minute spectacular happening at the Keno Sports Complex. If people want to get more information based off of what they can bring and not bring, or, best routes to get to Keno Sports Stadium, where can they go?
They can go to our website at kenosportscomplex.com.
Nice. Excellent. Julius English, it's nice meeting you for the first time,
Pleasure.
but we'll have you in again. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, beyond baseball and fireworks for another time. I appreciate it. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more after music from Breaking Ben at Rock 102.1. Excellent.
Anyway, taxation is theft. And
Thank you, sir. That was a good time.
Appreciate you guys. Thank
course.
you so much.
that sounds, you don't need to sell it much more than that. That sounds amazing.
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Got some quick audio to play here. Yes. Yes. Again, for the 18th time, and here to downplay the significance of that monumental achievement in 18 championships from the legendary Boston Celtics is lifelong Lakers fan Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, guys.
All right, so tell me why this is an insignificant feat and accomplishment on behalf of the franchise.
This is like raisins and potato salad. This is how I equate this NBA championship, because this team has no aura whatsoever. You do realize that the Boston Celtics dominated the playoffs. Like the run that they went on, I mean, they didn't really have any issue getting to the NBA title.
Right.
Now, with that being said, when you look at teams that have been on similar paths to them as NBA champions, they're pretty towards the bottom, right? Like I would take so many other teams, even in Celtics history, to beat this Boston Celtics team, man. Listen, I think they have great players. I love what Brad Stevens did to get Kristaps Porzingis and Drew Holiday and, Derek White. All the role players were awesome this year to complement the superstars that are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But with that being said, man, just zero aura whatsoever. And then you got Jason Tatum looking around at the cameras. He's like, okay, I practiced this. I watch Kevin Garnett videos. I can't say anything is possible because I'd be copying him. So
Wait.
we did it! Yay! I'm like, oh my gosh. Just when I thought this team could not get cringier, find a way to get cringier.
Are you saying them being so dominant makes them not have any aura whatsoever? Isn't being dominant an aura in itself?
Yeah, they went through the Cupcake East, and then they got Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving in the championship.
Okay, so who would have been able to take them out from the Western Conference besides the Lakers, obviously?
Oh, the Denver Nuggets? Denver Nuggets would have swept these guys.
You think, but they couldn't overcome the Mavericks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's a tough series. Guys got banged up. Michael Porter Jr. and nobody else stepped up besides Jokic. I don't know. It was a tough series.
Yeah, you're still kind of mourning that, though. So basically, the lack of personality, the aura and charisma of the Boston Celtics made you not like this team and consider them basically an unforgettable team that won't go down in annals of history as anything worth remembering.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what the Lakers should just do? Announce the JJ Redick hire now. He's already as a commentator on the ESPN broadcast. Just make the hire official. Have JJ Redick like take off his jacket and he's got like a Lakers shirt on. Just put the kibosh on this whole thing and let's get going for next year.
So you think JJ Redick's going to be your savior for your Los Angeles Lakers as far as head coach?
I wouldn't say savior.
Okay.
But
well, I mean, the Lakers do need saving.
They need somebody that's just going to actually coach the team rather than keep his hands in his pockets and watch teams go on runs like Darvin Ham. So now they got Mr. Pockets out of there. Maybe a guy like JJ Redick could step in, and maybe LeBron James can. You know what? Next year, I'm calling it now. Lakers winning the championship.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they better have those championship games before like 7 p.m. because LeBron's getting so old his bedtime's at 8, you know?
This is setting up for Lakers Celtics next year because if you look at the Celtics roster, they got a lot of guys coming back. A lot of guys are still under contract.
That's my next question to you. How likely is this team going to be dominant next season and potentially go for a repeat?
They'll be back.
Okay.
They will be back.
They have that whole squad coming back, basically.
Everybody's
right?
coming back.
Yeah.
So the Boston Celtics will be back, whether it's in the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Championship. They will return.
Now, you did text me a link over the weekend, and we're joking about this, about how Boston won most of their championships before the moon landing.
Yeah. 11 of them came before the moon landing. Isn't that something? 2 since 1986. And that's what's so infuriating about this whole thing is now you got like the
3 now, right?
The Dave Portnoys of the world, because they have the 08 championship that they've been milking for the last 16 years. Everyone knows about that championship.
Yes,
they will always remind you about that one title with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce
and Henry Allen. Yes,
and now they got this one. I've seen 7 championships in my lifetime. No, 6. Excuse me, 6.
Yeah, exactly.
6 is greater than 2. I'd say in the last several decades.
Are you counting the run with Magic Johnson's like repeat as your lifetime? Because you were like a toddler then.
No, this is straight Kobe, Shaq, Kobe, Pau Gasol, and then LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
Oh, you're counting bubble championship?
Bubble ring. You know, as a matter of fact, this was more of a bubble ring than the Lakers' bubble ring.
Really?
Yes.
And what made it more of a bubble ring, considering people are talking about this season of the NBA having more talent in it than previous generations, and how there are so many superstars on so many teams that, you know, it's elevated play with them winning a championship during this era. How is this relatable to the bubble era?
They didn't really play anybody
because
they didn't play anybody in the Eastern Conference. And then when they got to the almighty Western Conference team, the West was like, here you go. We're going to give you a fat Luka Doncic and we're going to give you Mr. Kyrie Irving.
I never thought you would body shame Luka on this show, but here we are.
Hey,
all right. Your Boston
dogs.
Celtics are the champions this year, but according to Justin Spears, that don't mean anything. And the Lakers are coming back for vengeance next year. Is that my takeaway?
yes, sir.
All right, excellent. Well, Spears and Ali is on ESPN 1490, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. What are you covering on the show today?
So we're going to be talking some Juve football recruiting.
Ooh,
it's
nice.
that time of year. Plus, we have Arizona women's head coach Adia Barnes joining the show.
Is she popping in?
She's jumping on at 8:05.
she's
via
popping
telephone.
in via Zoom. Yeah. She'll be late.
Yeah, so
yeah.
we're going to talk about the Arizona women's basketball team. Plus, I'll get her opinion on the whole Caitlin Clark thing in the WNBA. So plenty to talk about there.
Love it, dude. Well, Justin Spears, everybody. We're going to hit the reset. Be back with more right after this, including Rico's 5-star review. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Don't go away. That's all right. Yeah, you got Spears in the background with a pizza.
Hey!
Busted with some of that apps on.
We're about to give him the Edgar haircut on air.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you pronounced it correctly.
I know.
What, the Edgar haircut?
Epson.
First off, come on. I know.
Love you guys. Thank you, Rocco.
I know how to pronounce Epsilon. It's my favorite taco spot.
Epson.
Whenever, like I was telling Rocco, whenever somebody comes to Tucson, like one of my friends or family, and they're like, hey, we should grab a bite to eat, that's the first spot that I take them to. That to me signifies Tucson. There's lots of good spots, obviously, and I'm not taking away from any of those other spots because there's numerous spots I can go to. In fact, there's a new spot that's opening up on Campbell that I just saw Tucson Foodie posts about. Yeah. But when it comes to tacos, nobody does it better. In fact, I'm going to Mexico this weekend. And the one thing that sucks about living in Tucson is it makes Mexico's food shitty. So, like, I used to live when I was living in Phoenix, I would love going down to Rocky Point because all the great Mexican food. And then once I became like a Tucson resident, I'd go down to Rocky Point with the exception of Luca's Chicken, which is fantastic, by the way. It just doesn't hit. It just hits differently where you're like, I mean, you get seafood, which is good because that's fresh seafood.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're getting tacos and everything, you're just like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. Jack in the Box makes a taco too, Mexico. Have you tried that?
Actually, I hate how much I used to love Jack in the Box tacos after a night of drinking.
Oh, yeah.
They still hit the spot.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mexico, real quick, I am going down there to meet up with the Upstalls. If you guys remember, we had Taylor on who recently. I just got a picture sent to me by Bobby, who was a listener of the show up in Phoenix. And he's like, his ex-wife sent him a picture of Taylor at one of my Salty Senorita events that I had her do a gig at. Check out young Taylor. Look how young Taylor was in this.
Little baby.
Yeah. This is a little brace face right here.
She's like, why are you showing?
Yeah, right.
Everybody hates their awkward teen photos.
Exactly, right. So that's her.
Amazing.
That was her when she performed at Salty Senoritas with a bunch of drunks. And now we're all going to be a bunch of drunks at the bar, hopefully not getting
Don't
electrocuted.
say no jacuzzis this trip.
I know.
I know. I'll show you a picture of what she looks like now so you can see the drastic before and after.
The glow up.
Yeah. Let's see. Which one is stream appropriate? Dear Lord, Taylor. Let's see. I'll just share a couple of these pictures here. This is her performing. There's her ass. So she's grown up, basically. Long story short, all grown up. Fantastic show, performing in front of thousands of people. So started off at Salty Senoritas.
That's a good show, man.
It is such a good show.
Multi-instrumentalist, acrobatic, all the things.
Yeah, family. So I'm excited because my daughter's a little nervous and she has a little anxiety because we're going down there and we kind of missed some windows to go down there. And luckily the Upstalls were like, hey, we're going down this weekend. You should join us. And I'm like, yeah, I want to because it's a graduation present. I was like, this is perfect. But like my daughter's, none of her friends or her boyfriend could go with us. It just didn't line up. And I'm just like, hey, their family, this, you grew up with them too. And like, trust me, once you get like a little bit of cerveza in you, you're going to have all the anxiety melt away and we're going to have fun. I'm not trying to cultivate or create an alcoholic, right? I want to teach responsibility. But the idea of us going down there is so my 18-year-old daughter can order a beer at a bar legally for the first time. She's very excited about that.
How funny.
Yeah.
She's doing it right because I never did that either.
Oh, man. It's
the whole Mexico underage experience. Yeah.
Oh, great feeling. So by the time you turn 21, you're just like, you just toss them the idea. Like, I've been here before, man. Like, yeah, since you turned 21 today, happy birthday. Yeah, whatever, man. 3 years in the game. Check out these liver spots. Rock 102.1 KFMA. But yeah, no, I am excited about it. And I guaranteed my daughter that since I am this like Rocky Point tour guide, and we've done this before, but it's been a few years. But I guarantee her that I will show her a fantastic time. And so we're going to hit up all the spots, and unfortunately she's vegan. So half of my tour is eating.
Oh no.
Right. The other half is drinking. So we'll cover that base.
Yeah,
but
Rocky Point is known for its tofu spots. That's for sure.
I know. No, so I gotta get a bunch of like vegan easy mac and cheese so she can make that in the room while like basically I'm just loading up on like a barbecue chicken at Luca's and then all the seafood that my simple mind can devour, and I'm just ready for it all. Have you guys, Mari? Have you been to Rocky Point?
It's been a while, but I'm going in October.
Are you going in October? When?
During fall break, whenever that is.
That's yeah. With who?
Our friends.
Nice.
Yeah, we got this like super nice bougie house.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the invite, man. What the hell, dude?
It's in the mail.
Okay,
Maybe
good.
Got lost.
All right. Well, like what kind of friends? Any single friends?
Kid friends.
Okay, I got kids. Oh, they're 18 now. Damn it. Whatever. Rico, you want to go to Rocky Point with me
I
sometime?
kind of do, man. I miss it.
Let's do it like the week before Mari goes, so that way we could tell her how fun it was without
Let's go
her.
together. We can all go together. You guys can
Oh,
just come
now
hang
you want to
out.
go because I invited Rico.
Now you're cool.
Of course, Valdez is going to come along too, even though he's afraid to go back to Mexico because he's afraid they won't let him back across the border. But
I've seen Born in East LA. That documentary was scary.
all right, well, thanks for the late invite, but Rico and I and Valdez already have plans.
Oh,
so
rats.
I
Well,
know.
if you decide, if you change your mind, you guys are invited to come say hi.
To come say hi. That's it.
Yeah, you can't stay.
Hi. Hola.
First off, we're good with kids. Let's talk about a fail. This is a fail, and you could blame it on woke culture, woke culture, yep. Or you just blame it on bad taste. But late last week, there was a place called Tiddlywinks Dance and Play Center in Australia that succumbed to public pressure, and they removed a sign in the bathroom that some found off-putting. Now, this all started when a parent saw this sign above the bathroom while attending a birthday party for his niece. And this unnamed man felt motivated to take a picture of the sign and alert staff working over its bizarre message. Now, let's keep in mind that this sign's not going to necessarily be offensive. It's cliche in a very kind of sexist way. But the people that normally would see this sign at Tiddlywinks are predominantly 5 to 12-year-old boys. So it was an interesting idea to put this sign up. This sign has been in this Tiddlywinks for 15 years, by the way. It read it, and it follows like this. Okay, how to please a woman: love her, die for her, take her to dinner, miss the game for her, buy her jewelry, be interested in what she has to say. Right? Then it says how to please a man: show up naked, bring beer.
Oh,
Now, as factual as these statements are,
as scientifically correct.
yeah, there's no disputing that. Okay.
Right.
But the owner of Tiddlywinks says the sign was just a bit of fun. It's been up there for 15 years without a complaint, but it did remove it thanks to the public pressure. The reality is, though, it's like, dude, 5 to 12-year-old boys, like,
Yeah.
they don't even get the joke.
Oh.
And I'm sure some of them were like, how to please a man? Oh, a lady show up naked? Ew. And bring beer. Like, I tried beer. That's
What?
gross. Like, like you're confusing a 7-year-old in this situation. Right. But besides that, the ridiculousness of having it up in a little boy's bathroom called Tiddlywinks. How factual is that first part of how to please a woman, Mari? Because honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out.
I forget. What was it?
Love her,
Okay.
die for her.
Oh.
That's extreme.
Mhm.
Take her to dinner,
Yeah.
miss the game for her,
Sure.
buy her jewelry,
Yes.
and be interested in what she has to say. How many
Yeah.
things is that?
6.
6. Damn.
6 rules of thumb.
Right.
How to turn a woman off immediately.
Yeah. How to turn
Yeah.
off a woman immediately?
No.
I was like,
Skip the game for you, babe. Do anything for you. I'll die for you.
Yeah,
You are a
I mean,
creep.
that's a little clingy, dude.
Yeah.
Even 6-year-olds and Tiddlywinks
Yeah,
knows that.
exactly.
They're just like, whoa. You're turning me into a little cuck bitch.
Yeah. See?
I am dying for nobody except for Sweet Lady Whiskey.
No.
Mm.
So, but I mean, how accurate is that list,
I like dinners.
though? Okay. That's good. Because I'm telling you, the how to please a man part is pretty accurate.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Spot on.
Straight down the line,
Yeah.
baby.
yeah, show up naked with beer
Yeah.
is
Uh-huh.
like, even if you're not even a big beer drinker, you could appreciate the effort.
Even
And the
if it's
nudity.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, still happy.
Yeah, PBR all day. I'll take that and some double D's. How was that first part? How to turn off a woman? Just basically speak like me during this entire segment. It never fails. We got some viral videos we want to share with you on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or stick around because Minnesota cops have a brand new policy that may benefit the motorists and not incriminating themselves. I'll explain what that is after these words on Rock 102.1. Clear. All right, yeah.
Oh, don't you know?
We go from sexist nude jokes to police issues in Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah, we're covering all the bases. Say it.
Yeah. All the heavy heating topics.
All heavy. Exactly. I'm going to show you this, though. Check out this. Like, we just had the Pima County Fair. So you see these,
don't tell me this
these rides all the time. No, check out this crazy-ass ride. Look how awesome this is. It's called the Atmosphere, and it's in Portland, Oregon. Look at them, just spinning around. It's
sick just watching this.
Yeah, terrifying, right? And then
Called getting the spins after too many PBRs and smoking a little bit.
and then
No.
wait a
No.
second,
No.
Oh, come on.
it just stops.
Ah.
Damn carnies.
Yeah. So as you're looking, you're like, huh? Yeah, that's a long time to have somebody upside down spin around. That's terrifying. What's
to
gonna
be
happen?
fair, it's called the Atmosphere. They can always play on that. Like, well,
That's true.
Yeah, we want to make you scared.
yeah, well. I don't like how the camera makes it look like it's actually going down too. It's
I know,
tricking us. I'm like,
but
it's working now. No, never mind.
Nope,
Bad cameraman.
Oh.
it's up there.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hell no.
This so this amusement park has been in business since 1905, but this ride opened in 2021. All right, it froze there,
Oh no.
and it froze there for over 30 minutes.
Whoa, upside
No
down like
way.
that?
Upside dizzy.
Who was the hero
Oh.
carny
Are
that
you gonna
fixed
be
it?
okay?
Honestly, well, the 28 people were stuck upside down. Witnesses say they stayed calm for the first few minutes and then started to freak out after that. Most apparently were high school age because that makes sense because nobody over the age of 30 is like, oh, yeah, that
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
yeah.
fun. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not going to do that. Let's see. Access denied on this one because it's ABC video. I'll show.
Just imagine being first responders getting that call and like, oh great, what's the protocol for this? You
Well,
have to
yeah,
talk
what
to the
can
carny
you do? Like,
Like-
how long can you live upside down for?
until the blood rushes.
That's an excellent question. You got to ask my friend
ChatGPT.
Batman.
Can you-
But officials decided to close the park and announced it over loudspeaker while these kids were still stuck upside down. They're just like, ladies and gentlemen, this has nothing to do with the ride being stuck, but looks like new park hours are, from 8 a.m. till right about now. So it's time for you guys to exit. Remain calm on the way out and ignore the fire trucks and paramedics on the way in. Again, this has nothing to do with the ride closing. Psh, over.
Accurate.
Yeah.
ChatGPT gave me some bad answers.
Whoa, what is
Nice.
it?
What'd it say?
It's the time frame. It's just like talking about, well, being suspended upside down in a roller coaster is a potentially dangerous situation, and the safe duration can depend on several factors, including the individual's health, the angle of suspension, and surrounding conditions. Here are key considerations: blood flow and pressure, breathing difficulties, musculoskeletal stress. This is time frame. Short term is 1 to 2 minutes. Moderate term is 2 to 5. Extended term 5+. Which risks increase significantly, including potential for more severe health issues such as loss of consciousness, risk of stroke, and long-term damage.
Damn.
Yeah, so 30 minutes.
What?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
long
Yeah.
time.
So I got a couple things. So let's see. Dot said World Record Book says you won't die, but those are all the reasons why you can die. Of course, if you have bad blood pressure. Francisco said, imagine you go on a date and you're trying not to make your man mad because you already got the wrong beer, and then you go on the ride because you feel bad, and worst carny luck ever. Yeah, that would screw up a date. So the whole thing lasted about 25 minutes. And one person was taken to the hospital as a precaution, but no one was seriously hurt. And last we heard, they're still looking into what exactly went wrong. And there was no real example or, kind of guess by looking at that video what went wrong. Cause it was, it was going around, it was fine. And then all of a sudden it just stopped in the worst possible location.
Worst
Because it could have froze when those kids were down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like,
Sitting
time to,
correctly.
hold on, let's just get this seat off.
Yeah. Or it could have froze when it was halfway up, which
Mhm.
would have sucked for half the people.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
the other half would have been just sitting
Chilling.
comfortably. Yeah, exactly.
I wish the camera would have panned down on the carny. Just see their reaction.
It would have been hitting the glass pipe like this. This thing's supposed to be automatic.
The hell?
It looks like you can live for a few hours, like up to 8 hours upside down.
Oh, that's
wow.
good. Yeah, that's fun. Up to 8.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go practice today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's the rest of it.
I
stuck.
bend down for like 20 seconds to fix something. I get up, my head's like,
I know. That's what I
spins.
feel.
Like,
That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah, look at that. So this is them.
Draft.
This is them freaking out.
At the Oaks Park in Portland, Oregon. They say help is on the way.
Look how calm
I
this
know.
honest
People just got
reporter is.
stuck at the Oaks Park in Portland, Oregon. They say
Portland
help
weird.
is on the way.
They say, like, what's that? What's that? You what? Help? Oh, okay. You want down from being stuck upside down, like 100 feet in the air. That's okay. That makes sense.
They're still there in the air 30 minutes after.
This guy's like having a ball today. Well, look back.
So he got kicked
Still
out
there.
of the park, just as is everyone else. But unfortunately, the emergency that made everybody be evicted from the park, you could see from a mile away because it's like,
Suspended in the air.
hey, I
like
wonder if
looking
they
at-
got those kids down yet. Nope,
Nope,
they're still there.
The screams have stopped, but they're still there.
Yeah, that's good news. Yeah, they got a bunch of upside down corpses.
I wonder how many of those kids made like a TikTok or did social media posts while they're upside down.
Trying to.
Hashtag
Oh God,
Batman life.
Yeah.
yeah.
Vanessa wants to know how many people puked, which is an excellent question. And would you puke in that scenario if you're upside down?
Well, where would it go?
It would go straight down. That's the
Down your
good news.
face?
No, dude. Gravity works. You're upside down.
I saw that MythBusters.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
facing. If you're facing downward, it just comes out. It would just
But they're
drop.
like on their backs like this.
No, they're not. In fact, it's quite the opposite. They're all facing to their
Put
imminent
it back
death.
up. Enhance.
Oh, they're like on their bellies?
Yeah, they're on their
Okay,
bellies.
that's a little more uncomfortable though.
No, that's even worse because you have that little like safety guard
Yeah, but like
that
you're,
you
like,
hope
comforted.
holds.
Yeah, and it will.
I don't think it's.
It did.
All it takes is him messing with the button console down there. Like, oh no, my bad.
I like your confidence there.
Yeah, but they're like completely upside down, suspended.
Upside down suspended, I feel like would be more comfortable because you're kind of laying back and you're staring up at the sky.
And then your shoulders are pushed up against that thing, and that like all of your weight's like you're like crunched like a can, like a soda can.
I'll tell you what, here's the psychology on this. Okay. When you lay down on the ground and look up at the sky, you're not afraid of heights. But if you're up very high looking down at the earth, then all of a sudden there's a perception there that you're going to be terrified of that height, that gap, because you're not scared of how high the sky goes.
Because just
You know what
float
I'm saying?
away.
Yeah. So if I look up at the ceiling, I'm like, yeah, there's a fucking ceiling. Big deal. But if I'm at the ceiling looking down, I'm like, oh, if I drop right now, I'm going to get in some like pain. And that's going to freak me out a little bit.
Yeah, I would throw up.
Look at me making sense.
I know. That's a lot of sense.
Thanks. I appreciate that, dude.
It's very high logic.
Yeah, it is, though. It is. It's stoner
Man.
logic.
Listen
Beef
to
Nye, the science guy.
You know how many
Beef,
times-
beef.
You know how many times I've been stoned, just laying on the grass staring at the sky, thinking, I'm not afraid of the sky at all.
that cloud's more afraid of me than I am of it. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
Yep. These are facts, man. So now we know. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can't come back on that, can you?
No.
I know. You want to do some would you rather's?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you get that Pac-Man cloud thing I sent you?
I did.
Creepy.
Yeah. Let's see this back.
worse than-
crowd. I do have a little bit of time. So yeah, what made this creepy?
Because it's a ghost Pac-Man on a river or a lake. What's not creepy?
Valdez just reminded me that he had a sex tape and saw a ghost orb, but he can't show anybody.
Ghost
because
orb?
it's a
You
sex
got a
tape.
ghost orb on a sex tape?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Come on,
amazing.
man, that was like off radio talk.
That's still
Oh,
funny as
so-
shit.
So he didn't say that at all, mind you.
Paranormal porn sounds like the most amazing website ever.
Paranormal porn.
Yes. There's like ghost sightings on your sex
Alliteration.
tapes. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, no, I've seen
That's
that. And night vision stuff, you see those kind of orbs, you're like, man, wow, these ghosts are watching these people fuck too.
Yeah, that's how good it was.
Yeah.
Like my ass did look great that day.
It's like we're all watching this. This is amazing.
The sex was so good, even the dead got in on this, baby. It woke the dead, baby.
Yeah. So what is it? What are we looking at here? This little dot down in the corner there by the tree. Is that the
No,
pack
the
thing?
video's going to play on the website, I think.
Okay. So sorry, I didn't see the video.
It's a beautiful mountain, Rico. There you go. Right there.
All right. So there's
Waka,
apparently
waka, waka,
a
waka,
ghost.
waka,
Oh,
waka, 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 waka.
Pac-Man ghost, huh?
Fart?
That is
Crazy.
weird. You seeing that?
Yeah, people are like, what the hell is that? Waka, 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 waka,
Like
waka,
the sound
waka,
effects.
meep, meep, meep,
And that's
meep,
just an
meep.
orb with the mouth.
I guess. I don't know.
So
The Loch Ness.
what's the backstory on that?
I don't know. It's in the article. I didn't read it yet. I'm
Oh, well, pull it up. Let's do some reading.
reading.
Report on this. This does look crazy.
I know. Could you
Nerd.
imagine seeing that? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I'd be a little freaked out.
Give it some pills.
Yeah. Yeah, and then hope that you're not the ghost.
2 ghost jokes back to back. Look at that.
Yeah, so a resident of San Carlos, Argentina, spotted a bizarre white orb moving across the lake. Which they said it's not a boat nor a sailboat, and they say it was clearly visible, and it was off the surface of the water. You're reading along with it as well. Let's see. According to Coast,
It's swamp gas.
yeah. Some in the town are suggesting it's a UFO, but why would a UFO be breathing and biting like that, right? Others are speculating it could be a ghost, adding another paranormal layer to the puzzle. The location of the sighting is said to be home of a legendary Argentine lake monster, which is or I can't pronounce it.
Try it.
Nahialito.
Hmm.
Nice, thank you. Which has led to some online to say that the creature could be the curiosity seen in the footage. So it's like it's a legendary monster of the lake, which could be a legendary ghost. This does look like a monster. Imagine if you were closer to that. Yeah, dude, you see it biting towards you. And here, I'll pull it up again.
Just farting mist. It's terrifying.
Oh no, Scooby Doo is
It does, yeah, and it farts too.
It's an old man in a costume.
It eats and it farts, dude.
Yep.
Is it gonna fart
I
again?
think so.
It does. That's a second fart.
How many farts? 3 farts. 4. I think
Sorry.
it's gassy. Got a lot of
Or
carne
the
asada
best
burritos.
ones. Yeah, I mean, it could go either way, Francisco, honestly. The best or worst. Yeah, so farting ghosts out in your algorithm, if that happens.
Argentinian farting ghosts.
Yes, dude.
The world is ending, man.
That's insane. That is insane. All right, so save those would you rathers here because we're going to be doing them, recording them during the next commercial break.
Okay.
All right.
Not on air then.
Not on air. It'll be on air for tomorrow.
His t-shirt. Explain your t-shirt real quick, Valdez. People are curious. They think it's Cher. They're confused.
It's Mia Khalifa eating a Sonora hot dog from Huero Canelo.
There you go.
Where am I?
There you go. Yeah, she's taking that whole hot dog, huh? One bite?
One bite.
Yeah.
One and done, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course you made that yourself,
I
right?
did.
Yeah. And that was a photo you had on stock?
Kind of, sort of. I had to manipulate the image.
Oh, of course. Because I think she's vegan. I mean, besides penis, I don't think she eats meat. I'm serious. Mia Khalifa.
Got Mia Khalifa lore.
I broke his heart yesterday because I was like, Mia Khalifa actually is pretty racist, in fact, which is surprising with the amount of videos that she's done. But she has definitely said some very suspect things where people have called her out for content of character.
I always get surprised when like a minority's racist. I forgot they can too.
Oh, yeah. They could with the best of them for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the whites. I mean, even the whites have trademarked it. Everyone could be racist.
Well, yeah, you know
The whites
what?
took the big hit. The other
Yeah.
ones are just like, okay, fine, you're racist.
Rock 102.1 K, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. All right, here's the top story coming out of Minnesota. Now, the cops have basically have new rules, and these rules take away a very cliche icebreaker of a conversation that is also used by cops to people getting pulled over as a way for the people getting pulled over to entrap themselves or to incriminate themselves. Can you guess what that question is? No, Rico? Mari?
Have you been drinking?
No, I mean, that's a pretty bold one right off the bat. Yeah. But no, that's usually not the first question they ask. What about you, Valdez?
You know why I pulled you over?
Exactly.
Oh.
Do you
Open
know
question.
why I pulled you over? Exactly, because there's so many different things. So essentially, even if it's blatantly obvious, sometimes people have been in situations where they're like, oh, because I have a suspended license, or oh, because you saw my trunk rattling from all the meth I'm transporting. Like
Right.
they want them to incriminate themselves.
Because I have
Yes.
this dozen of donuts.
You're wrong. Yeah, you just smell the. It's because I'm wearing his Dunkin' Donuts outfit and his uniform, and you figure you got the hookup. No, that's gonna lend you a ticket. But no, officers in Minnesota need a new icebreaker because there's a new law that bans them from asking, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And there's two main reasons for this. The state doesn't want people making spontaneous confessions, especially in cases where law enforcement may be fishing for one, which I could kind of see, and they're kind of protecting the people, but they're also kind of protecting the criminal too.
Yeah.
So it could be argued both ways. But most times when people get pulled over, they're not criminals. There's somebody who might have a taillight out or something.
Right.
But they get treated as such, and they want to kind of put an end to that. And I appreciate that. They also don't want officers asking people questions except in a formal interrogation setting, where they are Mirandaized, right? They've been read the Miranda rights. Because criminal justice advocates were pushing for this change, but local law enforcement is mostly on board. The police have faced pressure to ban all pretextual stops, where a cop will pull over a driver for a minor infraction to talk to them and conduct a search. Because these kind of stops have led to dangerous escalations, right? Now, they're still allowed, but for now, the officer has to admit at the start that it's something minor and not to ask open-ended questions. So, I would appreciate, next time I get pulled over, they're like, "Sir, I pulled you over for speeding," or "Sir, I pulled you over because your tags are expired." "Sir, and again, none of these things I'm guilty of. I'm just giving out examples, right? But if an officer says that, right off the bat, would you appreciate that a little bit more?
It would take away the tension for sure.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. But if I was a cop on this new law or rule, whatever, I'd have fun with it a little bit.
Well,
I'd be like, "Hey, sir, if you were me and I were you, why would I pull you over?" Play some games.
Yeah, you're like,
Hey,
"Hey,
change it up a little bit.
yeah," and then I'd be the cop and be like, that's a great question. Hey, and here's another great question. Does this taser work? Oh, wow. I guess it does. Oh, that's crazy. Do you know why you're shaking right now? All right. I'm sorry. I'm just imaginarily I'm just tasing you in my mind.
You're having a lot of fun.
I know.
Jeez, man.
I'm just kidding. One more time. Okay. But advocates hope that this is just a start because there aren't any consequences for any cops who continue asking this. So they don't even have evidence thrown out if they do ask it. So it's something that they're basically being encouraged not to do. But it's a law. But at the same time, if they do it, then they're not going to get in trouble. So we'll see what happens. But what do you think? Would you appreciate it, again, if cops pulled you over, told you exactly what they pulled you over for, then they asked you other questions? Like, why do you smell like alcohol? Why are you holding that fifth of Jack Daniels?
Why did your girlfriend leave you? Sir, is this what?
Why does this teaser sound weird when I use it like this? Sorry, I don't know why I brought that back. All right, your beef tips coming up right after these words. Rock 1 2.1. Clear.
Cops asking random trivia questions.
I know. I love taser jokes. All right,
I'm
so
gonna get you a taser for your birthday.
Ooh.
Another
Have you
one.
been tased?
I've
Yeah.
never been tased.
Dude, it's
You've never
I
been
know
tased?
this guy has. And spray paint.
Hold on, let's record
spray
that real
painting.
quick.
Pepper spray.
Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Ask that question again.
Have you ever been tased?
I have. Have you, Rico?
I'm not yet.
And Valdez?
yes.
Okay, so
Wow.
Valdez, you used to work in the prison system, right? So
and policing.
and they had to train you by tasing you and macing you.
Yes.
And what other hazing did they do for quote unquote training?
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
My
well,
therapist said I'm
Trauma.
not allowed.
Yeah, I was tased numerous times. One summer, it was a game. I was working at a nightclub, and
Salud.
the bosses there thought it'd be brilliant. It was a very toxic culture of this nightclub. Thought it'd be a funny game to just tase people unbeknownst to them without them knowing in the middle of
Really?
every situation. They would tase the waitresses, the bartenders,
What?
and tase me as well. One time,
Jeez.
I'm up in the DJ booth, just minding my business, right? Just hanging out. Next thing you know, I got a tase from a taser to the back of the knee. When that
Gosh.
happened, my leg basically collapsed in on itself. I went straight back like a pratfall. Like I just dropped to the ground. My legs just stopped working.
Was it an actual like
Jeez.
taser or is it a stun gun? Because
No.
civilians
cattle
call
stun gun?
everything a taser.
Okay,
It's
okay.
a stun
So
gun.
so I've had two, right? I've had to explain to the owner of the company that I did not want to get shot with the taser that shoots out the things because I'm like,
Prongs.
I don't trust my heart. You know what I mean? I party
Yeah.
pretty
Your
hard.
achy breaky
and-
heart.
Yeah. I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I'm pretty drunk and probably high on cocaine, so don't use that on me.
Oh, you're on the Ric Flair diet.
Yeah. And then he's like, no, you'll be fine. And then drop to the ground. And then the other one was the handheld. What do you call that?
The stun gun.
The stun gun. Okay, so I got the stun gun, and to the back of the knee.
Oof.
And not only did that hurt, but it was the fall that hurt even most. And that was a game again that lasted several months. Worst game ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never really won, and then you were working. This is my work, by the way. I was going to work, and so
Oh joy.
the entire time when I stepped into the building until I left at night, I was on edge and always looking like behind my shoulders, make sure that I didn't have one creeping up with a stun gun or anything. And the girls and the waitresses were the same ways, the ones that stuck around. That explains why we had such a high turnover.
Tough
Yeah.
asses, man.
What about pepper spray?
I haven't been pepper sprayed.
Dude,
I had residual pepper spray.
Freaking hate OC.
Mhm.
I hate it.
Look at
It
you with all
sticks
the
with you,
technical
man.
terms, dude. Oh,
Because I guess civilians like, oh, pepper spray. No, OC is like a million times worse than pepper spray.
Huh.
yeah, what do you hate
Makes
about
like a
Orange
handle?
County, dude?
Everything.
Look at you, you're a cop hipster.
Would you let me tase your vagina?
Yeah, that's something we learned yesterday. That's a real thing. And yes, I would.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
On the record.
Let's see. Let's say 5. All right, we can
Vagina?
do some would you rather's.
Vagina.
Vagina.
What does OC stand for? Something capsulin? Or
Obstacle, some shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I accidentally sprayed. Well, so like a pepper spray that you like have as like a keychain. Is that not the real stuff?
It is, but it's like more diluted.
Because I accidentally sprayed that once, and that kind of sucks.
just carry bear spray.
Yeah. All right. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We got Mari in studio, which is always a pleasure. With
Hmm.
that, she always comes with these impossible hypotheticals. So we got another round of would you rather's. So here's the deal, Valdez. You have to answer one or the other and why. There's no skirting around it,
Damn
and
it.
you have to define it. Okay.
I
So
enjoy skirting.
I know you do. All right. So let's get right into it. What's your first would you rather here, Mari?
Okay, would you rather fight a giant spider or a giant centipede?
Giant spider
Oh.
or giant centipede? You're a large man, girthy stature there, Valdez. Which one would you pick?
Damn it. Probably the centipede.
Why?
He's probably less venomous than a spider.
You're incorrect.
Ooh.
Oh. I didn't even know there was wrong answers. In
No,
this.
I know. In this hypothetical, you're hypothetically wrong. I would think a centipede is way more venomous, especially a giant one, than a spider.
Wait, am I fist fighting it, or do I get like some sort of weapon?
You can do whatever you want. You can try to make love to it
knuckle.
in defense. It's not going to help you. You're going to die. That's a fact when it comes to fighting one or the other. Here's a fun fact about spiders and venom. They just updated the Black Widow venom. And this one's supposed to be more compatible with humans because it's using like human, DNA or whatever the case, or antibodies, as opposed to what it was before. It was horse antibodies
Whoa.
that we're using for Black Widow venom.
Huh.
Yes, and a lot of people would get sick because of that, because it was all just horse antibodies being injected to us when we got bit by a Black Widow. But now,
They finally had an aha moment.
yeah,
Like, let's try humans instead.
yeah. So this one could be safer. It's using human antibodies and the kind that we currently use from horses. So long story short, don't get bit by Black Widow. All right. What's your next would you rather here, Mari?
All right, would you rather eat 16 pints of ice cream in 6 minutes or
Okay.
60 pizza rolls in 1 minute?
Oh, I feel like we've all done both, right?
I know. I was
These are
like,
two
wait.
records, by the way.
Oh, those are 2 world
Damn.
records?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, Rico.
It's a hard question. It's probably the roughest one I've heard yet.
Which one? Yeah, I know, because you're so strict on your diet.
No,
and
not even
workout
that. It's
routine.
just like trying to think logically. So you think about the ice cream and the cream and the dairy element of it.
You're throwing up.
16
Yeah, exactly.
pints.
Yeah.
Like you curdle. Ugh.
Yeah.
Are the pizza rolls
I'd go
fresh
for-
out of the oven?
Yeah, are they
though?
hot? Are they gonna burn?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're burning your entire mouth. You're not going to be able to taste anything for a month. Feel
I
anything.
know.
Yeah.
The roof of your mouth.
Uh-huh.
Volcano.
Yeah. Which
was
one's more torturous, honestly?
I would just choose the pizza rolls.
A minute?
See, I
That's
would
a
have
lot.
to. Yeah, I would have to choose the opposite, only because I really do feel like it's eating like one of those fire pokers, right? Because it's hot lava inside those pizza rolls over and over again. You're just burning the inside of your mouth, and that's an incredible pain. Eating all that ice cream, yeah, you're gonna throw it up, but you're gonna keep eating more ice cream, and that's the reward for going through all the throw up. What do they give you when you're sick in the hospital?
Jello.
What?
Jello.
Bill.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're a little bit better, they give you some ice cream.
Okay.
It's a reward. So every time you put yourself through, the torture of throwing up, you can reward yourself with more ice cream.
Oh.
Like, no, too much ice cream. Oh, ice cream.
That's a good choice because if you're trying to do the Joey Chestnuts method where you just swallow them whole, you're going to have a little lava grenade inside your stomach that just goes off too. So you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, see, always
Damn.
bringing the logic in the would you rathers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll do more a little bit later on this Would You Rather Wednesday. Until then, we'll hit the reset. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. So we're going to get on with the beef tip.
Should say Kobayashi, but Joey Chestnut's America's hero.
But one was Miki Sudo, which is a girl, and Matt Stoney did the pizza rolls.
Oh.
Was it girl?
We're
The
going to
girl
go
to the
extended
ice cream.
podcast
Oh.
today, guys. I'm going to do some F My Lives and stuff. If you want to hang out with us, we'll have a good time. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for the FM side, but we're going to keep the show moving on the podcast broadcast. So we got a little overtime planned for you. If you want to hang out with us, youtube.com/beefvegan. But before we leave you on the air, let me give you a beef tip. My beef tip today is, let's see. Myths about hydration. There's lots of myths about hydration. Myth number 1, you need to drink 8 glasses of water per day. That's actually a myth. A
What?
good goal is to drink approximately half your weight in ounces of water per day. So 8 ounces for you, Mari. Valdez, a little bit more. All right. Myth number 2, water is the only thing that hydrates you. That's not true. Milk, fruits, vegetables, and other water-based foods also do the trick.
Really?
So yes, make sure you stay hydrated on this summer. And then myth number 3, coffee is dehydrating because of caffeine. Since you take in more liquid than you lose while drinking coffee, it doesn't have enough of an effect to lead to dehydration. So drink up.
Wow.
Yeah. But then, of course, you want to hydrate too.
Yeah.
Drink as much water as you can this summer for sure, because it gets hot. And then it's not just about cottonmouth and dizziness to lead to dehydration. So just drink your water. That's your beef tip. Thank you guys for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. I'll be honest with you. I kind of messed up that I rushed it, which is my fault because I was running out of time. But the beef tip to this is that thirst is the only sign of dehydration. But that's not true because there's only other signs are dizziness, weakness, fatigue, headache, dry skin, dry mouth, or fatigue. So there's many different signs of dehydration. So if you're feeling any of those things, especially on record heat weeks, which we are having every single week this summer,
Mhm.
then load up on your water, eat some fruits, even drink some milk. But I would stay away from milkshakes because that shit will curdle in your stomach, dude.
Ugh.
I will.
Ugh.
Mhm. All right.
Horchata.
Horchata. You guys ready to do some F My Life?
Yes.
Yes. Don't yawn on me now, girl. Let's see. Here we go.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call, 600-KFMA at 605-362. And Rico, Mari, and Valdez will weigh in on your F My Life situation. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. Veronica sent me this first one. She said, today, since getting my new kitten that I always wanted, it has scratched me and peed on my socks, and my side of the bed, and my laptop.
Oh.
It loves my husband, though, who is against getting a cat this whole time. So the husband didn't want the cat. Cat fell in love with the husband. Obviously, cats are like teenagers. Like reverse psychology is the way to win them over. But Veronica is getting basically bagged on and peed on and hated on by the kitten that she wanted so bad. Is that enough my life here, Mari?
I think so. That's
Yeah.
sad.
All
How's
right.
your cat?
My cat is very much my daughter's cat,
Mhm.
and it's a good cat. There's certain things about it, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But the good thing about this cat is when my daughter eventually moves out, which might happen eventually, she's taking the cat with her.
Ah.
Yeah, which is great, dude. Because look, there's sometimes, especially being single too. Like if I'm dating, there's people who may hit it off with me that might be allergic to cats, and now I'm inadvertently out of the situation. I'm basically cat blocked, and my daughter has basically C blocked me her entire life. I was just at the grocery store the other day. I was with her, and I go up to the self-check aisle, and there's basically a self-check attendant there. And I went to try to ring up this side of ranch, and it wasn't ringing up. And she goes, screw it. Right? Just throw it in the bag. And it's like, it's not worth looking up. And I was like, yeah, I like your style. I'm going to come back here tomorrow, get a bunch of steaks, and just take off the sticker, right? And we have a laugh, and she's looking at me, and now there's a little spark there, legitimately.
Oh.
But my daughter's next to me. And that's what she immediately is like, Dad, what about this? What about that? And just like blurring out some things and just coldly like shuts down the conversation in the moment. And I'm just like, shut up. I was hitting it off with this girl right here. These are rare moments where you actually get to meet someone in person and you actually have this moment. And I swear to God, there was a look and everything, and she C-blocked me so hard and made it super awkward after that. Her getting a cat is essentially the same thing. If I end up like meeting the love of my life who's highly allergic to cats, it's because she wanted a cat so bad. I didn't. We're doing F My Life. I mean, I went 3 minutes into this.
Welcome to Vegan's therapy session.
I know. I've been wanting to vent on that. And this just happened the other day, too. And if you're the Sprouts employee, holler. All right.
Oh, I love Sprouts employees.
We all do. Okay, so final F My Life of the day. We'll only do one more. Today I had to explain to my husband why a Facebook comment that says, such a tight body, I bet you could ride some D real good, towards a female friend of his is inappropriate. Now he insists it's a compliment, accused me of being misogynist and not supporting female body positivity.
Whoa.
Now this is sent to me anonymously. Is this an F My Life? We'll start off with Rico.
Yeah, that's obviously projecting. What a douchebag.
Okay,
So yeah,
there you go.
it's like, no, that's not a good thing to say. Like, are you calling them fat? Like, no, bro, you just literally sexually harassed online. Cool.
That's true.
All right.
And that's a public comment too, which is dumb. That's you got to slide in DMs of comments like that. And nobody wants those comments slid in their DMs. That's a fact.
No.
Well, some do.
Oh, well, good. All right. Let's see, Valdez.
Yeah, that's F My Life, definitely.
Yeah,
You
dude.
might even want to like have a divorce lawyer on speed dial.
Yeah, not only is that your life because the husband got caught red-handed, but I imagine you guys have mutual friends, and that comment is probably seen by all of them as well. And this is a pretty blatant comment.
Big old dummy.
Yeah, big old horny super dummy. And honestly, I imagine this dude's probably like early 20s because that's when you're so jacked up on testosterone that if you see a picture like that, you stop thinking because all the blood immediately rushes down below. Yeah, that's why you got to date an older man where it takes a while for that blood to rush below.
Oh.
Sometimes not at all. All right, let's hit the reset. It's Rocco on 2.1 KFMA.
It's like you're stuck on a roller coaster for 35 minutes.
Learning something every few seconds. Like, oh, ooh, oh, ew. Just
like
all
that?
the emotions happening. at once.
Ah. Ee.
I know, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
good shit.
Yes, good shit. So
That's how you make radio, boy.
apparently so. Let's see. I did have an explain this to me like I'm 5, but I'll save that for another day. Let's see. Oh, Maury, I want you to read this email that I received as Ask Me Anything here.
Want to email it to me?
Okay, I'm emailing it to you now.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're gonna do more of that here. So I'm gonna share this with Maury, and we're gonna have more coming up right after this clip. So here's your email, and it's under Seg 2. And say earlier yesterday we did bada bing, bada boom. And in case you missed it, went like this.
You want it?
Let's say Columbus, Georgia. All right, this is the city, Georgia's second most populous city, which is accepting applications for relocation. It's located in the western part near Alabama. Columbus offers both a low cost of living and a trendy downtown feel. They're basically selling you on this, as well as $5,000 cash and other benefits for new residents. This includes 6 months of a co-working space, a coffee date with the mayor.
Jesus.
Yeah, and a 2-night stay prior to your move. Right? So and all of this will be paid in full by the city.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Isn't this weird that the cities are literally trying to court people to come here?
It's like that weird kid in the neighborhood. Like, I have a Nintendo. You can play it if you hang out with me. You're like,
Right? Yeah. Now, say if you're unhoused or whatever the PC term is for that, or you're just basically like, about to get evicted, saying, hey, I'll take money to move somewhere. I ain't got anything going on. Well, unfortunately, there are stipulations to qualify for this. And this is where it kind of sucks. Qualified candidates must earn at least $75,000 annually and make the county their primary residence. So basically, they're courting people to move to their town only if they make enough money to actually contribute to it. They don't want more poor uggos moving into their town. They're like, hey, you have a decent income, you work remotely, we'll take some of that money, son.
that's like that weird Tinder girl who's like, you have to have a really good job and be 6'2" and like 8-pack. You're like, well, you look like a troll.
Well, and that's what this county looks like a troll for sure. But like I said, $5,000. Lincoln County, Kansas, they're offering $4,500 for residents. They say that additional on top of the $4,500, they'll also get $500 internet credit, a gym membership, and a monthly basket of fresh farm eggs. Or farm fresh eggs. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Now remote workers earning at least $50,000 annually and agreeing to live in Lincoln County for at least a year can also qualify for a free plot of land and an extra $5,000 if their spouse finds local employment.
That's desperate. So desperate. Now, hear me out. I feel Arizona, we should jump on board. And like, if people from out of state move here, they owe us $10,000 because we already have enough a-holes from other states living here.
No,
we need to keep it pure, man.
No, that's not true. I'm not with this anti-California thing. In fact,
I didn't say California, did I? I said other states.
Trust me. When people say other states, they mean people from California. That's it. That's the. Oh, no. You would move to California if you could afford it. All right. Mississippi County is offering the most amount of money. That's $50,000 to new residents. Okay. So what do you have to do to qualify that? Well, you got to give them the soul of your firstborn. No. As they say, in order to qualify, participants must work for companies such as U.S. Steel or Big River Steel and commit to living in the county for at least 4 years. Since its launch of this campaign, the county has attracted 80 new buyers, many of whom are first-time. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that was yesterday. Yes, we did play a clip from yesterday on today's podcast. It is like a weird one, a rerun, but it's a rerun that you haven't seen before. So is it a rerun? We still got a couple more things I want to record, so let's do this. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Let's do a special treat here in the 7 o'clock hour. Let's do a Florida man story, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man.
Look, you know what? It's a Florida man and a Florida ma'am. Is that correct here, Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a road rage incident led to a suspected drunk driver fleeing from a crash and punching a maintenance worker in the process. This happened in Cape Coral. They responded to the hit and run last Sunday after they received a call about a white pickup truck crashing into another car and just fleeing. Typical pickup truck stuff. The man was identified as Juan Lago, and that's a fantastic name.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I want to move there. And his truck was located at the Circle K. Checks out, where he was described as being aggressive. All right, 3 for 3. According to this report, he also had slurred speech and glossy eyes and denied ever being in a crash. But they looked at his car and it was all wrecked up, and they also found a pocket knife in his pocket. Then police interviewed several witnesses at the event, and according to the report, he stopped by the liquor store twice. He first bought a shooter of Fireball before later returning to the store intoxicated, and then asked the employee and the customer if they like Muslims, which is random. And he was an ex-man, which is not Marine. It was M-A-N-N-E. Yeah, man. And then he killed all of his people. So this is just liquor store confessions, which is a whole nother segment altogether.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he returned 20 minutes later, the employees refused him alcohol, which led to him becoming angry, spitting at a worker and then challenging him to a fight. That's when he sped off in his truck. All right, another witness told officials they were waiting for Lago's truck to pass before they pulled out of the driveway onto the road. That's when Lago made a U-turn, drove right at her, got out, and tried opening the driver's side door and started banging on her window. This guy was raging. All right.
All this off a one shooter of Fireball?
I know, dude. What
Gator
a
energy.
Damn, lightweight.
Yeah. I know, seriously. Cheap date.
Good
Well,
commercial for them.
yeah, Fireball. $2
mess you
shot
up.
will have you punch a cop.
Do you like Muslims?
Fireball. After performing a field sobriety test, he was arrested for DUI, taken to a nearby hospital. And that's when he headbutted an officer on his chin. Thankfully, the officer wasn't hurt. Anyways, he was taken to jail. He's facing numerous charges: DUI, property damage, hit and run. The list goes on. And that's why Juan Lago is today's Florida man.
Like the feds raided his Lago, not the other one.
I know.
Jeez.
With the sister Mary Lago.
Mary Lago.
You got the email? No?
Oh,
You forgot about that, huh?
Man, email man.
I did forget about that.
Since you won, don't hit your trash can.
Fireballs will be catchier. All right.
No, I did not get your email.
Damn.
Sweet. Let's scratch it. Let's see. I have
Pokemon's having a party.
What?
Mhm.
Say again.
Pokemon's having a party.
say it loud.
Where?
Pokemon's
Are we
having a
invited?
party. I don't know. Let's see.
Is that the Latin rap artist Pokemon or the Pokemon children's card game?
It's the app for adults and children.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. That's very nice.
Pokemon app. Pokemon app.
It's the 8th anniversary party.
did your
Today.
did your son get the Yu-Gi-Oh?
We haven't gotten the Yu-Gi-Oh card yet, but he wants to. I don't know,
Hmm.
do I just text you and just go, or
Oh yeah, you just go. Yeah, you go during the week when Shane's working. But yeah, definitely text me. I'll text Shane and give him a heads up, and you get your Yu-Gi-Oh card. He's got that stored away for you. I was at the mall on
you went to Illusions?
Saturday. I went to Illusions.
Ooh, you
did
did.
that? Yeah. I'll shout that out real quick.
Is Illusions worth it?
Yeah.
oh, for
Because I
sure.
was thinking of going this weekend.
Yes.
You thinking about going to Illusions?
Yeah.
Rock 102.1 KFMA? I think you should. And you guys should go to KFMA.com and get yourself a half price gift certificate. For only $25, you'll get a $50 gift card to Illusions Virtual Reality inside the Tucson malls, right across from Rustics, actually. And I went there with my daughter on Saturday. It was basically a Father's Day weekend.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so we went and got some steps. We stopped by the Coffee and Cauldrons, owned by Tucson Games and Gadgets,
Mhm.
right? Got some coffee. Like all our friends. We're hitting up all our friends. I stopped by Rustics, got some beard balm on,
Wow.
and then went right over to the virtual reality where we went into an escape room, an Alice in Wonderland escape room.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's virtual reality, and unfortunately, we did not escape. But it was super fun to try to figure out all these clues. And initially, I don't know if they're going to judge me for this because I am with my 18-year-old daughter. But I put on the goggles and everything, and I get immersed in this world where you're like literally in Wonderland, right? You have to drink the fluid to shrink down to go through the door, and you feel like you're shrinking. I mean, the whole thing is a trip. But I know that they're still kind of outside the goggles and could hear and see
Oh, yeah.
what we're like on like looking around. One of the first things I said, like a bonehead, and they're technically clients of the stations, was like, "Oh man, we should be on mushrooms right now."
Yeah.
I say to my teenage daughter while in Wonderland.
How much
And
way
that's-
cooler it would be.
Yeah, because it did feel like that. And it's funny too, because there were times when we're, going through and we're supposed to be picking up on these clues to try to figure out it's an escape room. That's how you,
Yeah.
escape. But there are parts where you're picking mushrooms and there's a purpose behind this. But then I'm just like, we just started for like 15 minutes. We're just shoving virtual mushrooms into each other's mouths because when it happens, when you do that, if you're not close to where you're supposed to be, it'll have like this like colored ring effect around you, like you're tripping.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, and so we're just forcing each other to
man.
trip. Again, we're spending an hour just like
good
VR,
bonding time.
like you eat the mushroom now. No, you eat the mushroom. Oh my god, I'm tripping balls. Oh, yeah, not you. And they're like, yeah, you guys are supposed to escape from here, not just
We don't want
live
to.
here.
We're having fun here. Why would we want to escape this place?
Yeah, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. Honestly, they have all these different games, and it's essentially like the modern take of an arcade. And they have something for all ages. You could literally fly. They got a 360 machine where you feel like you physically you're in the reality that is presented through those goggles. It is absolutely amazing. There's tons of great rates. We could bring the whole family, but the best deal that you can do is go to kfma.com and pick up those half-price gift certificates because it's a fantastic time. That's Illusions Virtual Reality inside the Tucson Mall. We're gonna hit the reset and be back with more right after this. Rock 102.1. Talk about
I also feel like that kind of place would be the funniest if you had a really bad date and you want to get out without being awkward. Like, yeah, let's go do VR. And she's over there fighting a dragon, and you're like,
You escape.
I did it. Hey, babe. Oh,
yeah, I was gonna say that we should go there and shoot a video, but that's pointless because you can't see what's we're seeing.
I think there's a way you can record in-game action and juxtapose that against the real time.
I should talk to them again.
Yeah,
because we had them in studio.
Because don't they have like a connection where they could see on the screen what you're doing? So you can
there's a way to
plug
do
into
it.
that.
Yeah, and then you can communicate with us, but I think they stopped communicating after we kept talking about drugs. And they were so nice. The couple that run this, they hooked me up for free for me and Rye to go and do this. And it was an hour. And then afterwards, I was kind of like, nicotine fiending and kind of out of it from being in a virtual wonderland for an hour. And they're like, you want to do something else? I'm like, no, that's fine. We're just going to take a walk. We'll be back. And we ghosted out, right? But it was fun. I mean, I definitely will be back. And next time I'll pay. I think I'll
We're gonna
have
make
to.
you sign a waiver next time.
It was fun. I mean, honestly, I would like to take you all to that Wonderland one because I feel like I know a couple things.
Come into my drug
to help
gang,
us move along. I want to I feel like it's unfinished business because I want to escape from this room. I want to know how it ends.
I feel like we're going to be trying to actually escape and be just throwing mushrooms in our mouths. Why? Come on, guys.
It's such a trip, dude. And I'm like, look, we're actually tripping. It's like we're tripping, but we're not tripping. Is that a trip? And my daughter's like, stop saying trip, Dad.
We got to do that rock climbing place.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's an actual reality. That's an actual physical thing.
Scary.
Yeah. What's up, Bella? What's up with the listeners party? That's a good idea. We should do a listeners party this summer, and I'll figure it out. But
down in Rocky Point,
yeah, I'll let you know. That would be fantastic.
What's that?
Can't afford that.
The Circus Mexicus. What would
Yeah,
yours?
Circus Mexicus, which
what
just
would yours
happened.
be called though?
Well, I mean, if I want to rip that off.
Trabamus.
Let's see. No, it would be something like Viva la Carne. The Mexicano.
Le Bife.
you can only get in if you have an Edgar haircut.
No, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. My Mexico adventure. I would love it if this company would allow me to do some kind of weekend getaway broadcast, but lawyers would just shut that shit down immediately.
There's no way to have a party bus ever happen again.
No, especially going to another country, especially when that country just killed the person in the jacuzzi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So liabilities, dude.
Well, I'm saying like maybe not even there, maybe like somewhere like Bisbee or somewhere close.
Yeah,
something
no.
like that. No.
And I'll tell you why, because the reason why they don't do the party buses anymore is because Guns N' Roses. And this happened just before I got the job and moved down here. It was up at the Cardinal Stadium, and there was a couple on the bus who they were an abusive couple. And the guy got so drunk and he was so crazy, he actually kind of scared everybody that was on the bus. Everybody. Like, this guy is fucking mental. In fact, they were trying to ditch him. I think they did ditch him at the stadium. They just left without him.
Jeez.
Yeah. But after that,
you know.
yeah, after that, they were like, no.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's always some random jackass.
One random jackass.
Florida man to just ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, to physically abuse his spouse in front of a bunch of strangers on a bus that has unlimited alcohol ruins it for everybody.
Didn't see that one coming.
Yeah,
ever.
dude. For a Guns N' Roses concert. I mean, couldn't be more cliche if you ask me, but no one asked me. So it's unfortunate. Yeah, like
let's do one of those stupid what are the bicycle eatery things, like people get it like what is it called, like a collective where people sit down and pedal on those
Party
giant
bike.
yeah, do they have those here?
I don't know, I saw one in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, where you like sit on the bike and you can drink and you pedal it.
Yeah.
They have it.
Yeah.
Just one guy doing it, like driving the whole thing. That's
but
funny.
everybody else is,
They
like,
steer,
pedaling.
everyone else pedals.
You do all the work, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's good. That's a good
Yeah,
gig.
I saw one going down Congress once.
I don't know if it's still around, but we'll see.
You do a live podcast from there.
Yeah, if we have a good enough like Wi-Fi card, I'm down for that. Let's see. Let's do headlines here.
Okay, I gotta pee.
You got to pee? Is that breaking news?
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news.
Yeah, Miss Fancy Pants too good to go in the trash can.
I
know.
know.
Better
Sorry,
than
guys.
us.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
She
Let's
gets
see.
one Yu-Gi-Oh card and she's cooler than us.
Breaking news.
Mari just peed herself.
I might.
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. We got breaking news.
Breaking news.
There it is. No, these are not even really breaking. These are headlines I didn't get to this week, but there's fascinating headlines I want to share with you real quick. First story, according to Tinder, the top 3 things really women really want you to do on a date are as follows. Give sincere compliments, like, hey, I like your boobs in that shirt.
Sincerely.
Keep your phone in your pocket, right? Like, oh, it's just my ex calling. Don't mind that. And 3, make sure they get home safely, right? That's all they want, right? That's what they want on a date. If you do those 3 things, there's a good chance you're going to have a second date.
Get home safely.
Get home safely.
I feel like that goes without saying. Like,
You would
Hope you have a
think,
dangerous adventure after this.
as a giant man, you would assume that everyone's going to get home safely. But imagine if you're like 5 feet tall and 100 pounds, how terrifying the rest of the world is, because everybody's bigger than you for the most part, and very dangerous in a way, right? So yeah, getting home safely is always a concern for women, especially going on dates through Tinder. I mean, are you in a constant state of terror there, Mari?
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, you're pretty badass. I mean, you do have that gun on you, so that helps.
I do
The
not.
Hello Kitty
I have my
taser.
keys. I'll put my keys through my fingers. I go ta through the eye.
Oh, you'll just Wolverine somebody. Yeah, I
Exactly.
get it. That's great. That's
Mhm.
why you sharpen your keys in your off time.
And you have to make
And
that
my
noise. Do you make that noise every time you thrust?
Ta-ta-ta.
Okay. You have to do that.
Scary, right? It's scary.
Yeah, I know. I'd be like, here, no,
Wait,
take
what
my
did she say?
wallet.
What did she say? She said ta ta ta. Stab me in the retina.
Sorry, I was about to rob you, but now you're just robbing me.
it goes both ways. Remember yesterday that Tinder lady called the cops on the Tinder man and he didn't even know what was
Yeah.
going on. He's like, what?
That's
Yeah,
true.
that was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it does happen. But yeah, those are the top 3 things according to women, what they want on a safe date. All right, next headline. The USPS says that its workers continue to get attacked by dogs each and every year. Last year, another big number of U.S. postal workers getting attacked by dogs. Guess how many people got attacked by dogs that were postal workers last year?
Like nationwide?
Yeah, nationwide.
2,500.
Okay.
36.
Valdez is 3,600. What do you say?
250.
250?
Yeah.
You go with the low.
Low.
All right. So all of you are under. The closest
Damn,
without
wow.
going over is Valdez. The USPS says over 5,800 of its workers were
Whoa.
attacked by dogs last year.
Jiminy Christmas.
This happens and continues to happen. Something about dogs, like genetic rivalry they have with postal workers. It goes back generations. They can't even explain it. The number 1 city for dog attacks, can you guess what it is? It's a major city in America.
New York.
Nope.
Detroit.
Nope.
Chicago.
Nope. 0 for 3. It's Los Angeles. Los
Ah.
Angeles.
Oh.
They have yards.
They love dogs.
The 3 places you named don't necessarily have too many yards, with the exception of Detroit, possibly. All right. Lamborghini worth about $234,000 was stolen from the Salt Lake City International Airport
Damn.
after the owner left it there for a week with the doors unlocked and the keys inside. At
Well,
that
then-
point, can you even charge the person for taking it?
Nah.
It seemed like a gift to me. If I saw a Lamborghini with its doors unlocked and the keys inside, I'd be tempted to take it for a joyride.
It sounds like you would think that would be like one of those cop traps, where they do that on purpose.
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes,
But-
exactly. That's
Yes.
another thing where like any smart criminal, that's why I was there
Right.
for a week. It's almost like a social experiment. But this guy's so rich. First off, he has a Lamborghini. Secondly, he doesn't care if anyone takes it.
Oh.
And
Got insurance.
Yeah, he's so presumptuous. He could be like, yeah, just keep it unlocked and keys inside. That way, when I come back from my trip, whenever that may be, I don't have to remember where my keys are. I just
Oh.
walk up to my car, get in, and we're good to go.
Once again, me and that Lamborghini would be in Nogales.
Yeah, yeah. You think you'd make it across the border in that Lamborghini?
Oh yeah.
Normally, they don't check you that strictly going into Mexico, but I feel like if it was you driving a Lamborghini, they'd ask questions.
Why? Because I'm fat.
No, because you don't have the tax bracket to afford premium gas. The Lamborghinis.
You probably would run out of gas before you even got down there. But yeah, I don't think you see too many fat people in a compact car like that as well. They're like, yeah, I could tell by the lack of indention in these seats that this vehicle's yours.
I'm like, it's brand new, man.
Yeah, all right. That's why I take it to Mexico. That's why I take all my new vehicles.
Got to break
All of
them.
them.
Nothing suspicious about that at all. All right, 2 more headlines here. A study found falling asleep on a plane after having a couple drinks could kill you. So yeah, this will
I can't have
terrify you.
anything.
Nope. Yeah, they say the combination of booze, sleep, and pressurized air puts a considerable strain on your heart. Consider that next time you book a red eye. Scary.
A Boeing. I'm already scared as it is.
All right. And of course, Cybertrucks are the latest trend. Don't know why. For me, I think they look silly, but some people, of course, obviously they're a status symbol. And they're stainless steel, so that's like the DeLorean.
So dorky.
Yeah, well, the
I guess I'll
future.
take mine back.
The future is that Cybertrucks are possibly here to stay, and they could be coming to your local police department.
Oh.
Supposedly, several departments in Southern California are interested in investing in a Cybertruck.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, dude.
I just saw one at Albertsons yesterday. I'm like, what the hell
Yeah, they're
is
popping
that?
up.
Future. Well, the best analogy I have for the Cybertruck is that it's a truck that you would have drawn for yourself if you were in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
It's
Dreams
gonna have
came
machine
true.
guns and it's gonna be metal. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's what
Strippers.
Elon Musk did. He went back in his archives and he's like, "Oh, this is my car when I wanted when I was in school, elementary school. Let's make this a reality." And it is, and people are buying it. So
Yeah, accurate.
now you can get pulled over by one in Southern California. So have fun with that.
Lame.
All right, there's your headlines. Let's hit the reset. We got more coming up next. Beefekin presents.
Poor
Boop,
Marty.
boop, boop. Go pee, Mari.
Yeah, she's like
Am I
writhing in
good?
her seat.
Breaking
know, I
bladder.
You're good to pee. I'll be back with more.
I got to pee too.
Well, thank you guys for staying for the overtime. That's way too much podcast for today. Tomorrow, we're going to have Jonathan Russell in studio. We're also going to have a female artist named Wolfie. And I also have an author, local author, coming in studio talking about her book that she wrote. It's going to be a fantastic podcast broadcast. Hope to see you then. Till then, Babuski.